Good morning and welcome to Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. More of the show is on the way. First of all, I want to tell you about a couple major closures. One of those being Cades Cove Loop Road, the most popular place in Great Smoky Mountain National Park. They are closing that for a while to do some repair work on a bridge and a tunnel. So be sure to keep that in mind for your travels, but it'll be open February 29th for the spring season. I-40 at the Tennessee-North Carolina state line. You're going to have major closures and resurfacing in that area, and you'll find major delays as you head into Tennessee or from Tennessee in that area. Also, our normal slowdowns and look for some potholes on the interstate system. We've had some rain off and on, and so that's caused some problems on I-640 especially. So keep that in mind. And that's a look at the roadways, and let's check in with the rest of the show.
Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and today we are at Rowdy Bear Ridge in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I'm here with Dale. Now Dale, what is this thing that we're standing in front of?
So what we have a 4-lane tubing hill where you can, basically we have a couple slow lanes and we have a couple fast lanes where you can reach speeds of up to anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour.
Wow, so you can go down there really fast.
That's right.
And how many people can ride on, what do you call those things even?
So what we have is we have 120 tubes for customers. You can connect these tubes up to anywhere. You can ride with 1, 2, or 3 people, one person in each tube. Yeah, so you can come down in triples, singles, doubles.
So if you want to go really fast, I bet you have to bring extra people with you, huh?
Definitely. The more people you connect up with, the faster you go, absolutely, yeah.
That is really cool. Now, also, I see you don't have to walk all the way up there. What's the conveyor belt about?
So at Rowdy Bear, being an adventure park, in some ways, we don't want people to burn any calories. We know they're on vacation, they want to have fun. So what we have is we have a conveyor belt. At the bottom of the conveyor, you grab your tube, you take it over to the conveyor belt, you stand on the conveyor, and it'll take you and your tube all the way to the top. It does all the work for you.
Wow, that is so, you all just thought of everything here.
We're just a bunch of adult kids having fun.
I love it. Now I also see some little stick things sticking up beside of the slides, and they're shooting out. What are they shooting out?
So what we can do, we have we can add a little bit of a moisture to the track to speed it up, to control the speed. We have ways that we can slow it down, speed it up. There's a science to our slide, but yeah, there's a slight miss, but we don't always run that. But if you do ride it, we don't require any kind of special clothing. You're not going to get wet. You don't have to wear a snowsuit or anything. You can wear whatever you want. But we do require you to wear closed-in shoes.
Right, and clothes. You have to wear clothes.
Definitely, yeah, yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you, Dale, here at Rowdy Bear Ridge in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Make sure you come check them out. So how can we get tickets?
So you can either come by our locations or you can go online, and we have various agreements with hotels and cabins depending on where people are staying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Now back to you guys.
You've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You have to carefully monitor your health for the rest of your life, and you have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease.
Cut.
Type 2, take 2.
Action.
You've been diagnosed with a new purpose: to fight for the amazing life you made for yourself, to look that risk of heart disease square in the face and say, no, not me. You've been given a new opportunity to live. Get started at NoDiabetesByHeart.org.
Want more Mountain Fun Life? We are now streaming through Roku. Roku is a device that enables you to stream entertainment to your TV through your internet provider. The starting price is only $29, and you can purchase one either online or through your local electronics retailer. It's easy to use, and you won't have to worry about missing any more Mountain Fun Life episodes. Mountain Fun Life, guiding your adventure.
It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett. It's the 14th of January, and we are excited that you've been leaving so many great comments and suggestions for us here on Mountain Fun Life on our Facebook page, but also check out our Roku channel and our YouTube channel. I think we're finding places that we need to send Kira for another adventure.
We sure are.
Yeah.
I like going to all the places. So if you know of somewhere that you want to send me to, or you're a business owner who has something that you want to highlight.
Yeah, it has to be a business. It can't be your house.
Oh, goodness, no. I mean, I love you, but I don't know you.
People.
Probably.
Yeah, we got boundaries. There's boundaries.
Yes.
Anyhow, let's check in with Brad for the news.
Well, of course, it is 2020, and our friend Andrew reminded us that
Oh, from the Salt and Pepper
Yes.
Shaker Museum. One of the many places that Kira has visited on the show.
Yes.
So go ahead.
she reminded us. I have a son who's turning 30 this year, who was born in 1990, and in 30 short years, he'll be 2050. And I'm going to mark my calendar.
So he'll be 60.
He'll be 60, yes.
All right. So,
And-
okay, keep going. I'm excited. I'm interested. This is, so far, all you've done is do math. They told me there was no math on this job.
Yes,
But-
I've been told
all right.
that. So
2050 is 30 years away. 1990 is also 30 years away.
and in 2035, we'll celebrate the 100th anniversary of Elvis's birth.
Okay. My mother would be 100 that year too if she were alive. If she stays alive, good God bless her. All right.
Yes.
So that's still a ways off. So 2035, I'm guessing, is 15 years away.
That it would be.
All right. So get a load of this. 2005 is 15 years away.
Yes.
It's just math.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And
how
we had to
math
guess
works.
for math line in.
Yeah. 2070
And
is
that was
50 years away. 1970 is also 50 years away.
That's true. And then 2077 is the 100th anniversary of Elvis's
Passing.
passing.
Thank you for joining us for our math segment here on Morning in the Mountains.
Actually, he died in 1977.
77,
2077. That's right. That's a ways off.
1977.
Brad, do you have any news?
No, not really. No, what we do
Thanks for the
now.
help. I needed it.
It's interesting what people say about our area in Great Smoky Mountains National Park in other places. And my wife Jennifer from Phoenix, grew up in Phoenix, and she ran across this article in an Arizona paper about what people think is the most popular national park. Now, folks out there think it's Grand Canyon.
Of course, Grand Canyon is lovely. It's a nice place to visit.
But they even said in that paper that no, that's not correct. It is not the most popular national park because Great Smoky Mountains National Park is the most popular
Oh,
park,
I
which
see.
we,
So-
which we know already out here.
We know, of course, because it's in our newspaper all the times. Plus, it's free admission for the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
That
most,
is true.
Most other national parks charge to get in.
That is true. And Arizona does take pride in that that hole that they have over there. And the south rim of the Grand Canyon draws 6 million visitors a year. North rim adds another 500,000. That's only
I
open
would
seasonable. But
I'd like to point out, though, if you walk to the edge of the Grand Canyon, you could fall and die. If you walk to the edge of the Great Smoky Mountains, you're not going to fall up. You're just going to hit a tree. You'll be okay.
yes. Yeah, Great Smoky Mountains National Park draws almost double that, 11.4 million people. It also straddles both North Carolina and Tennessee, and that makes it much more accessible.
Boom. We win.
And you can go to the very place and see the North Carolina and Tennessee border sign and take a selfie and send it to us.
Have you done that?
I've done that.
Excellent.
Yes, went to Newfound Gap not long ago. Actually saw the Rocky Top tour bus. Maybe the same day that you guys went, or within a few days anyway.
Yeah. It was really beautiful up there.
Nice. I went to Cumberland Gap one time, and there's 3 states that come together there.
Been there.
It's Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Interesting. I was told there would be no geography.
There will be geography.
There's geography and math and who knows what else.
Science, literature. All right. What else you got for us?
And speaking of what they say about our area and our personalities, in other places, Dolly's Imagination Library. It's not just here; it's everywhere. And there's a county in Ohio, Greene County, Ohio. They have just moved or delivered its 300,000th book to Greene County youth in that area
Excellent.
from Dolly's Imagination Library.
That's how it's really great.
I love that.
Dolly is going to change the world, or it has been
Sure,
changing the
yes.
world her whole life. Yeah,
It's
awesome.
pretty amazing.
All right. Well, do come visit us at the most popular national park in the country, and let us save you money when you're visiting all the things in and around the park with our Mountain Fun Life best deals. Call 865-978-1152. More of the show coming right up. It is Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy, and today we welcome author Pete O'Shea, who has written a book called Pain Was My Friend. And that sounds like a frightening title for a book, Pete, but there was a medical miracle that happened to you. And I mean that in every sense of the word. Tell us about your journey.
It is a medical miracle, brother. At 19, I'm sitting still at a car, and the car hits me. I wake up in the ambulance, get to the hospital. They tell me I have a spondylolisthesis. I said, what the heck is that? And I don't want it. Can I have something else? And they said, no, you have it, which means the vertebrae came forward all the way over to the side and was now sitting on the nerve exiting from L5.
Ouch.
And there it sat for 17 years because they had no choice. I did not want to do the open surgery.
Right, so you're 19 years old, but you can still walk?
Barely. I'm in a lot of pain.
Okay.
I'm wearing a big giant brace that made me look like Buck Rogers.
So you
I'm
can't
taking
do sports?
I'm taking Percodan, Vicodin, Lieutenant Dan. I'm taking all the Dans, okay? And I'm just trying to survive. I'm going to the doctor. He's trying to keep talking me into 2 feet wide incisions, screws and plates, shave bones off my hip for a 50-50 chance, which he's lying to me when he says that, by the way, because I looked it up. It's 25% chance.
Well, yeah, I mean, you and I both remember the DJ Rocky Allen from New York and Detroit. He went to have back surgery, and it didn't go well.
Most people have the open surgery. It
Crutches
doesn't go well.
The rest of his life.
Exactly. It doesn't go well. You're just a professional patient afterwards, scar tissue, all that. So I let it sit in agony for 17 years. I was at the end of my rope, could not barely move, couldn't cut my own meat, couldn't tie my own shoe, couldn't barely breathe.
So 19 plus 17 puts you
Right,
like
36 years old, and I have a dream that night, and it's from God, no doubt about it, okay? And he said, I see the open surgeon about to cut me open. I hear God say, don't do it, Peter. Don't do it, Peter. Now, I know it's God because only my mother and God call me Peter. If you call me Peter, I'm not answering.
I will not.
I'm Pete.
I'll be very
There's a
careful.
difference one letter makes, Pete or Peter. So, right, I'm Peter. So, and he says to me, there's a man out there that does back surgery different. Go find him and tell him to help you and to give you a job afterwards as his spokesperson. So together you can cure thousands.
That's a pretty deep vision.
And then
It's
God,
very specific
very specific instructions. And then God says to me, tell him failure to assist you will lead to his eternal damnation. And
So
that's
wait,
when the
this
dream
is
ends.
coming to you in a dream.
In a
These
dream.
very specific instructions. Now you wake up, you're 36 years old, you have no idea where there's a guy.
I'm in New York at the time. I didn't even know they had this kind of new surgery at this
All
point.
right. And you
right?
would think New York with all the state-of-the-art hospitals.
But I look it up on the internet. I find him in Hudson, Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, he does laser-assisted arthroscopic back surgery while you're awake. I said, that's got to be him.
So it's not really like cut open surgery.
No, it's a teeny little incision. They put a tube in. They work with a laser and a camera. He's looking up at the screen while he's
I mean
doing
like
this.
laser like on my
Yeah,
eyes? and-
exactly.
Okay.
All right, and so I sent him the email with everything, including failure to assist me will lead to your eternal damnation. And
hope he's a
everybody I
believer.
know is saying to me, don't put that. He's going to think you're crazy. I said, if he does his research, he'll find out I'm crazy anyways. So let's just do it. And he wrote back to me 2 minutes later. He said, how did you know we need a new spokesperson? The guy just quit on Tuesday.
Okay.
He thought I was a spy for another doctor.
That's wild.
Okay, and I said, I told you God sent me. He said, send me the MRI. I overnighted to him. He calls me. He said, this is the worst spine I've ever seen. I don't think I can help you. I said, I know you can. God sent me. He said, are you serious? I said, yes. He goes, all right, I'll invent the surgery just for you. Come on down here.
No.
Yep. He said, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Come on down. So he literally invented a surgery just for me. The open surgeon was going to try to force it back.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. He left it hanging. He just cut a triangle, and he put the nerve through it. He made a channel, and he made it work.
Oh
And
my
I-
goodness.
Right there on the operating table, 4 hours of
You're
surgery.
awake.
I'm awake. Now, when I get there, he tells me this. He
Like,
says,
I'm awake during the LASIK surgery when they did my eyes.
no,
so
but
I
in the
understand
back,
what
you're
talking
awake.
about.
Now, he says to me, it's going to be 4 hours. It's going to be the worst 4 hours of your life. And by the way, I can't knock you out. I said, what do you mean you can't knock me out? He said, well, if I get too close to the nerve and I cut it, you'll never walk again. You're going to have to let me know whenever I get too close. I said, how am I going to let you know?
How are you going to know?
Well, he said, every time you scream really loud, I'll back up a little bit.
I'm sorry I'm laughing, but that is hilarious.
Okay, this is what
All right, I know you also do comedy. You do a speech about this.
About this, yeah.
So I hope this must be awesome.
Oh yeah, because it's all true. The best funny stories are true ones, Frank.
Right.
Right. And so he says, "You still want to do it?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." And it was Martin Luther King Day, so I'm going. I came to cash a check for back pain, and he's like, "Just shush, let's go."
Stop,
Come on.
yeah, no jokes
Stop,
there.
no jokes now. So we start doing the surgery, and about halfway through, I said to him, "I can't take it anymore. The pain was too much. It was unbelievable how much it hurt." As he's digging on that bone. Okay. I stop, and he comes around. He looks me right in the face. He said, "You got me into this. You and your eternal damnation. I'm not going to hell because you can't handle it, cupcake. So suck it up. You owe me 2 hours."
And he did it.
Well, at that point, I look up in the ceiling tile and I saw Jesus. I saw his face. And he just waved me home. He said, "Come on, you can do this." And when the surgeon...
Not like home.
No, like home with. He goes, "Come on, here's your miracle. Come get it. Come
all
get
right,
it,
all
right?
right.
Here you go. Here it is." And so when the next 2 hours was over, everybody else left. He walked to the other side of the room and he goes, "Okay, tough guy, you want the job now? Walk over here." And I slammed the top of the thing. I said, "Why would you say something? You know my leg doesn't work. Why would you say that?"
But
He says, "No, I'm pretty sure it works now." And I walked right to him. Both legs working normal for the first time in 10 years. I lifted my left leg in the air, normal, for the first time in 10 years, and the two of us walked into the post-op together.
And that is the story in the book Pain Was My Friend by Pete O'Shea. And we can find this online.
You can go to painwasmyfriend.com, or my wife and I also have the Healing Tour. Go to thehealingtour.us, or check us out on Facebook, The Healing Tour. She has a book too called Scars That Heal. We work together and do something called The Healing Tour, where we show you your miracles right there. All you got to do is ask for it. If you believe, he'll bring it.
I am blown away. Thank you, Pete.
Frank, thank you.
Come back
Appreciate
again.
you.
We got to talk about your comedy career and
Anytime.
everything else. All right. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. More of the show right after this.
Another day in the low 60s, at least in the area of Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, near the attractions. But if you're heading up to the mountains, you're going to find things a little bit cooler up there. So allow for up to a 20-degree difference. If you're hiking, say, to Mount LeConte, for example, it can be downright cold up there. But here on the surface, 65 or so today, then cooling off toward the weekend. But still, for January, especially from the north, not bad at all, unless you're looking for snow. I'm Brad Lovett, and that's Look at the Forecast, and this is Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy here with Brad Lovett, Kira Cupp, and Jim Johnson. And Jim is reminding me, was it an old Sam Cooke song that Art Garfunkel covered? Don't know much about history, don't know much about geography.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Jim's basically been reciting to us during the break there.
Yeah, don't ask me questions.
You're very smart. You know all these things.
It's fun. You know,
just
it
playing.
was a comment. It was funny. You said you told there was no math on yours, and you said states, and I was like, there's no geography.
He knows all about Hairspray, too.
Hey, I'm good with that.
The musical?
No, not the musical.
The product.
What are you talking about, Kira? You always look made up, like perfect.
Yes, but so does your hair. Looks like if you touched it, it wouldn't move.
Sure, it does touch it. It moves.
No,
see?
it didn't.
It bounces right back. Look at that. It moves just fine. What are you talking about?
About it. Ow.
It's okay.
Oh, no.
I've got a pair of tweezers
no.
over there. You can pull it out.
No, we like your hair. I don't want to mess with your hair. We're all envious of your hair.
You never know. If it's windy out, you got to have hairspray because it's windy.
It makes sense.
You know.
How windy is it in the Smoky Mountains, Brad?
Yes, Brad.
Oh, it's pretty windy, especially
Thank
if you go into the higher elevations.
Boom.
It may be totally calm down here, but in the mountains, you're chasing your trash can down the street. You never know.
Sure are.
Alrighty. But I do have some songs. We were talking about that, and there was an article I ran into about 40 country songs turning 40. Now, I found a few that have East Tennessee connections.
So say that again. 40 country songs
that turned 40 this year in 2020.
Okay, so songs from 1980.
Yes.
All right.
Correct. Alrighty. And I know you tell me you're not a lyrics kind of guy, but
see if I can guess.
Okay.
Here we go.
Conway Twitty had a song out in 1980. I'd Love to Lay You Down. One of the genre's masters continued his 70s hot streak.
That sounds offensive.
It was.
It kind of was.
You can't sing that song today.
All right.
And of course, our connection is right next door to us is the Conway Twitty Theater.
Does he sing that?
I don't know.
Oh, he's got to. It's one of his favorite songs. I mean, that's a great song.
I don't know that one. Okay.
Now our own Dolly Parton
I know
had
Dolly.
Old Flames, Can't Hold a Candle to You.
I thought 9 to 5 came out in 1980.
The movie did come out in 1980. I'd have to look up if the song was released in 80
It
or
would make sense.
81.
All right. So I don't know the other one you said, though.
Alrighty. Dolly Parton, Old Flames, Can't Hold a Candle to You. That was her best song from that year.
That's clever.
That did bring us the film 9 to 5. And
All right. That's
So-
2 songs turning 40 this year.
right, with East Tennessee connections. And we'll add the Oak Ridge Boys, Leaving Louisiana in the Broad Daylight.
Do you know any of these? Can you have you ever heard any of these?
Well, I played country during that era, so I
Well,
did.
technically I did too, but my confession is I never turned on the speakers in the studio. I just did it all based on the clock. I said, I knew I had 13 seconds to say the name of the station, and I did it without listening to the music. And yeah, it was awful. It had been a rock station, and they switched it to country, and then I couldn't hang. I was working for free. It was bankrupt. And it didn't matter. It was.
That was hard to do with 45s and not listen at all because. You had to
I
know
was
when they,
talented.
You were talented than me.
You wait till when the record gets kind of near the end to the label, you start the next one. You just watch.
Kira's like, what's a record?
It's a long story.
Yes.
I
but-
actually have a record player. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Do you know
I
what a
listen to-
45 is?
See, vinyl is back, but they're using all the LPs. They're 33.
Oh, they're 33s.
Yeah.
A 45 is the small one. You know what a 45
Oh, I
is. You
have
just
one of
didn't realize
those.
that. It's got the big hole in the middle of it.
It's only got one song on
One
it.
song on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the Banana Boat song on that one.
By Harry de Belafonte.
Day-o.
That's a good song.
Excellent.
Beetlejuice.
There you go. Don't say it again.
I'm not gonna.
Beetlejuice.
Now we can't forget this one, which probably everybody knows because it crossed over. It's Smoky Mountain Rain, Ronnie Millsap, where he does.
I have heard of that.
Yes.
I think I maybe even have heard it, possibly.
You absolutely have, and you've heard all those songs. You just
No,
don't
I've
know.
heard Smoky Mountain Rain by Ronnie Millsap.
We'll pull it
And
up
he
on
does
Google later.
name check both Knoxville and Gatlinburg
Boom.
because the trucker gave him a ride from Knoxville to Gatlinburg.
Because he can't drive.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he was, the character anyway, was in Gatlinburg looking for his girlfriend who wouldn't answer his text. Oh wait, we had no text back then.
Well, all right. Poor Ronnie Millsap. He's still alive.
Yes.
Okay, good old Ronnie Millsap.
He's going to be in town actually in February.
Oh, who's giving him a ride?
I'm sure somebody is.
Okay.
as part of the Songwriters Month that we're having.
Boom. Thank you for that. All right, we've got great stuff for you on our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals. Give us a call and let us save you money without the hassle of the timeshare presentation. None of that. Just come get the tickets and leave. That's how it works. 865-978-1152. We'll be back with more of the show after this.
Parrot Mountain. This attraction has it all, whether you're 2 years old or 90 years young, with hundreds of beautiful tropical birds and thousands of flowers, plants, and trees. Folks who visited our park have said, "I've never seen this many birds in one place. This must be what the Garden of Eden was like. The most beautiful and peaceful place I have ever been. These gardens rival the best. The best value in the Smokies. You'll want to visit Parrot Mountain and Gardens. Call or visit us online. We'll see you there."
Good morning, it's Morning in the Mountains, and I'm Rich Haley, and I'm here with Jim Johnson, and it's time for sports. Sports! So, guessing from the image behind me, we're going to be talking about some basketball.
And I hear you're the guy that knows all about it.
I know nothing about basketball.
You know nothing. Well, you know all about
I'm
sports.
A football guy. I'm the football guy, but I am learning about basketball.
Yeah.
So, we got high school basketball tonight. It's Tuesday night, which means most of our local county teams are in action, starting off with Sevier County. The Smoky Bears are going to Morristown East in a district matchup. And if you look at Sevier County's record, they're doing very, very well this season. The Smoky Bears are undefeated in the division, so they're doing well. And that's both the boys. The girls only have one loss, so they're doing great. Also up is Seymour. Seymour's doing not quite as well. The boys are looking for their first win. The girls are doing much better than that, but they will be at Jeff County tonight. Gatlinburg Pittman, Another team doing moderately well, and they're going to Gibbs. So we got a lot of road games.
A lot of road games.
A lot of road games.
A lot of fun. Remember back high school sports? You know, I remember going on the road is so much fun.
Oh yeah,
It's always getting the bus.
Get on a bus, go to someplace different.
Yeah.
Sit around for 6 hours waiting for your game.
Yeah, but it's wonderful.
Oh yeah.
It's still wonderful. And I love the concession stands. They were a lot of fun.
And it's the road trip back after you've got a victory. That's awesome.
It's like you don't sleep for days. You come
Yes.
back, well, you sleep when you get home. You finally.
Yeah.
You remember those days, folks? Yes. Fun stuff.
Some of them may remember them, some of them may not.
Well, it was high school.
Yeah.
College might be different. But I remember most of my high school days.
Kings Academy, and you remember they played yesterday against Webb. Tonight they're going to Catholic to play Catholic, and that's going to be a rough match for them.
It is, but you're a Webb guy, so obviously
Yeah.
you're rooting for the Webb team, right?
I rooted for Webb last night, and I'm going to be rooting against Catholic tonight because that's the way the Spartans roll.
That's the way it goes right there.
And then we do have one home game. The Pigeon Forge Tigers are playing at home against Cosby.
Oh, that should be a good game.
So that'll be a real good game. They're pretty even teams.
So your pick on either one, who do you think's going to dribble out and shoot that last basket for that last point?
I'm a homer. I'm picking Pigeon Forge.
I think it's a good time to do that.
Yep, it certainly is. So that's the big stuff going on today. And this has been Rich Haley with your sports on Morning in the Mountains with Jim Johnson, and we'll be back in a moment.
We now have our own magazine. Our prints are located in shops, gas stations, hotels, ballparks, all over the Smoky Mountain region. We offer a concierge service for cabins, hotels, resorts, and individuals. A portion of any of our services or ad space may be applied as ticket value to the cost of any service or ad you book through us. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com.
When I became disabled, I lost my ability to work. It was then I knew I should have called the Garza Law Firm first.
At Garza Law Firm, we want to end your frustration and strengthen your claims so you can have the disability benefits that you need. The Garza Law Firm, let us help.
It is Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Hi, Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett. And during the commercial, we were kind of trying to remember some of these songs that Brad told us about earlier in the show. These 40-year-old country songs.
Yes.
If you got into like pop songs from 1980, I'm all over it. I could help you out with pop and rock songs, but country, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't live in the South at that time.
I'm in Chicago. You're in California.
Well,
Where were
New
you?
York,
Washington.
New York in that era. Yeah.
That's right.
Talking about those songs reminded me from that Dolly Parton podcast, Dolly Parton's America, the
love
Knoxville Girl song that they played
Oh
on there.
yeah, the murder ballad.
Yes. I wonder how old that song is.
Well, the original version of it is hundreds and hundreds of years old, but the Louvin Brothers recording, I think, is from the 50s. I think.
Oh, so that would be 70 years old now.
Interesting.
No?
Well, if it was from the
Almost
50s,
I guess it could be.
It could be fast
up to
approaching
70.
the 70s.
Yeah, so up to
70
almost 70 years
Not
old.
really
That's
sure.
true. All right. Well, we'll do more math, and I think part of what we're going to figure out is there's now less than 24 hours until our next show.
Right.
So please do join us again tomorrow on Facebook, Roku, and YouTube. It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. We'll talk to you tomorrow.